While Yellowstone is rolling up its sleeves for its last season, the show's main actor Kevin Costner is busy with a completely different project. Even though there are still discussions on whether Costner will star in the last season of Yellowstone or not, recent news suggests that the legendary actor has already moved on. As his dream project Horizon is coming to fruition, he gets even more far away from the Yellowstone universe. The good news, though, Costner just announced the completion of the first 2 movies of the 4-movie saga, meaning that as Costner fans, we will still get the chance to watch him on screen even after Yellowstone. In an interview with the purist on his Aspen home, Costner heralded the news about Horizon. First, he explained the story behind the show and how long it took for him to make this dream project. "I started thinking about it in 1988. I tried to make it in 2003, 2004, right after Open Range," he said. This means that he has been dreaming about this story for almost 40 years. Unfortunately, though, at the time, Costner failed to convince any studio to make the project. "I waited another 6 or 7 years and decided to rework the first one and re-engineer it," he said, meaning that the 4 movies we will watch are not exactly the same as Costner's initial plans back in 1988. They are slightly modified versions of it. "I've started thinking about Westerns the way I've grown up with them, the way I like them. It's hard to do it well. It's really easy to do it badly. That's why there are not a lot of great Westerns, because they're hard to make," the actor continued. I can sense the nervousness and excitement of Costner over the project through his sentences. "I feel like there is the pressure of coming up with a Western project after leaving a Western legend such as Yellowstone behind. He has to be successful in Horizon. Otherwise, his legacy will always be clouded by his heartbreaking departure from Yellowstone." What's Horizon about, though? Does it have the potential to overshadow Yellowstone? Costner briefly explained the story as follows. "This guy coming into town usually has a skill set that he's trying to leave behind. He comes into a town that's fully formed and he wants to stay there, but he has to resurrect the set of skills that he's left behind. Of course, that leads to the action, to violence, to trying to make things right. To me, it sounds pretty promising. In fact, I can't wait to watch the movies in theaters. Thankfully, it seems like I won't have to wait for so long." Costner further explained that these 4 movies are basically telling the background story of his initial idea back in 1988. "I wanted to take this person that came off the horizon that we don't know anything about, and I wanted to take this town that suddenly was already there, like some magic mushroom that popped up. I thought, what if we know a lot about the guy coming off the horizon? What if we know a lot about this town? What if we saw the town built? I wanted to debunk the truth about how towns came to be, so I took a script that was written in 1988 and started working on it with John Baird. We wrote 4 of them. It turned into a saga about how these towns came to be," the actor expressed. In his upcoming sentence, though, he underlined that he still dreams about his original idea. "One day, I'll make the original from 1988. What we have now is 4 scripts, taking us through the beginnings. It's a journey, and it's very heavy with women," he emphasized. Criticizing some modern Westerns for portraying the 19th century in a too simplistic way, Costner said that this is why the majority of Western shows are massive flops. In his opinion, since life back then was quite difficult and complex, it is key to approach modern projects with this realist perspective. When it's done well, we're thrilled by it, but more often than not, it's just too simple, too convenient. It wasn't simple back then. It was difficult. They had to make hard choices. It's not unlike today. Money ruled the day, he said. The actor also heralded that he directed 2 of the movies. The first one is already finished only a couple of days ago. Currently, he is editing the second one. "Hopefully, I'll make the other 2 next year," Costner said and continued. "The goal is to have them come out every 4 to 6 months, so that you fall in love with the story, you want to follow the characters, you believe in the story. I always do things backward. People make a movie and say, oh, it's kind of popular, let's make another one, and 2 years later it comes out. Me, I'm kind of a nut. I just said I kind of like these stories the way they are. I'm just going to make all 4 of them. Conventional wisdom comes at me and says, yeah, but what if they don't like the first one? I said I still have to make all 4 of these. My job is to try to just make this, put it out there, let people go sit in the dark and make up their own mind. We know that Costner personally invested millions in this show, so the stakes are quite high for him. Unlike Yellowstone, this is a project that belongs to him only, and thus its success or failure will be very personal to Costner. But what do you think? Do you think Costner will pull off the Horizon as a 4-movie project? Will he be able to overshadow Yellowstone? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. If you like this one, click on my other Kevin Costner related videos on screen to be more informed on the actor's recent activities.